Good afternoon, I don't know why I said good afternoon, it's still the morning. Good morning, everybody. Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. It is time for second live stretch break of the week. Usually it's Jazzy's stretch break here today. She is out of the office, so I am here to replace her. Today we're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. But before we get started, if there's anything that you guys feel specifically needs a little bit extra love, some stretching, some movement, don't be shy. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. I'm always open to suggestions, always willing to work anything and everything into the routine here this morning. So if you guys have any specific requests or suggestions, let's hear them now. If you guys get inspired as we're going along through the session, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'll keep my eye on the computer for that reason. All right, you guys, so I'm not seeing a whole lot. We can go ahead and get into it. Let's start in standing here today. We can go ahead and turn our necks a little bit. So we just need some room here today, guys. Started with the feet, planted about hip width apart, comfortable stance here. Let's go ahead and tighten up some of those core muscles, squeeze those glutes just to make sure our hips stay under us, the spine stays nice and stable. Shoulders are kind of relaxed, arms are relaxed. And what we're going to do is start with some neck circles. So bringing that chin down to the chest, we're going to go 3 rotations in one direction. We'll change and then go 3 in the other direction. So it doesn't really matter which side we start with. All that matters is we're trying to draw the biggest possible circle with an imaginary pencil or pen attached to the nose here. Slowly taking it through each part of that circle. Notice which parts are tight, which parts feel good. Remember, we're still trying to breathe here. I understand it might be a little difficult in some of these positions where we have our head, but do the best you can. Don't hold your breath. We're trying to stay comfortable here, so limit your range if you're feeling any pain or discomfort. Come into the end of the 3rd rotation here, guys, and once you do that, if you're moving at your own pace, you can change directions. Either way, we're ending with the chin on the chest. Now's a good time to check in with yourself and see, are you still squeezing those glutes? Is the core still kind of tight? Are you still breathing? Coming up on this last rotation here, guys. Good job, everybody. All right, let's end with the chin on the chest, as close as you can get it. And then we'll bring that head back up. We can start to relax through the hips, through the core. All right, good job, you guys. So next thing that we're going to do, we're going to take care of the back of those shoulders a little bit here. So I'm going to start with my right arm. Right arm's going to reach across the body here. What I'm going to do is hook my left arm kind of around there. I'm trying to hook kind of above the elbow. You can also, everyone's kind of different. So feel free to grab kind of the outside of that arm, grab that tricep and pull that in. Either way, we want to pull this right arm kind of in close to the chest, maybe feeling a little bit of stretch on the outside of that right shoulder. Take a deep breath, let those shoulders fall away from the ears. And then the last piece, if we're looking for a little bit more tension, we can kind of actively move that right shoulder blade back towards the spine. So we're kind of pulling from both directions. We're pulling on our arm in the front, shoulder blade is actively kind of pulling back towards the spine, creating some tension on that outer shoulder. So let's breathe here. Feel that tension change as we breathe. Remember, medium intensity stretches, guys. That's going to be the best for generating change and having better tissue health over long periods of time. We really don't want to push it too hard. We don't want to feel like something's about to tear or pop. Let's do one last breath here. Nicely done. And on that exhale, guys, you can slowly release the tension in that arm. Let it hang down, give it a little shake if you'd like. We're going to do the same thing on the other side now. So my left arm is reaching across my body. Right arm's going to come to the outside. I'm going to try and hook it around the elbow. Take a nice big deep breath. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears as much as they can. And then from here, you might already be feeling a medium amount of stretch. But again, if you want to increase it a little bit, pulling that left shoulder blade back against the tension that you already have might be able to create a little bit more of a productive stretch. We're breathing, feeling that tension change. Really important to take care of these rotator cuff muscles, guys. The hidden key to shoulder health. Let's do one more big breath. Well done, you guys. On that exhale, we can start to release the tension there. Let the arms slowly come down. Give them a little shake if you need to. Okay, great work. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to come down to the ground. So find your mat, find your space on the ground here. Bring this camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so starting down here in a hands and knees position, we're going to drop back into our beloved child's pose. But before we do that, the one thing that's going to be slightly different is our hand position and how we're kind of rotated through the arms. So hands and knees, what I'm going to do, we can spread the knees apart a little bit if you'd like that, or you can keep the knees under the hips, up to you. Walking those hands forward, away from the knees, we can start to sink those hips back towards the heels. We want to come into a nice kind of resting position. So pull those hands into a spot where they'll be comfortable. And once you do, let's go ahead and turn those arms so the thumbs are up, pointed up towards the ceiling. From here, feel free to kind of nestle into a comfortable spot where we can breathe. And let's continue to just do some nice relaxing breathing here. Nice long exhales, you guys. Let anything you were previously thinking about for work or life today, let it wash away for a few minutes. Let's just breathe. Good job, everyone. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Well done, everyone. All right. Once we're done with those 2 breaths, we can rotate our hands back down, palms down, and slowly begin to rise up out of that position. Bringing the hands, kind of support the shoulders here. Good job, you guys. All right. We're slowly going to make our way all the way back up to standing. So take your time here. No need to pop right up. What we're going to be doing here in standing coming up next is a little bit of kind of a back and hamstring stretch, the classic forward fold. So here in your space, let's plant those feet a little wider than shoulder width here, guys. Not super wide, but slightly wider than shoulder width or hip width. Toes pointing forward like we're standing on some train tracks. And what we're going to start by doing is pushing those hips back towards the wall behind us and then letting ourselves hang down towards the ground. Letting that head hang, letting the arms hang here for a minute. Breathing in this position. Maybe we're feeling the calves or the hamstrings or the back or all the above. Either way, let's just get comfortable here for a moment. Breathe. The tension will get a little bit less as we go. Good job, everybody. Good job. Okay. So let that head keep hanging. Let's walk. If the hands are near the ground or on the ground, great. Let's walk those hands or move those hands over towards the left side. So maybe we got the left hand on the foot or the left hand on the shin or ankle. Right arm reaching down for the ground. We're just slightly kind of biasing this left side right now, feeling that stretch. As we breathe, that right lower back is opening up. Remember, guys, use that breath to your advantage. Holding the breath is not the way to go, even if we're feeling significant tension. All right, that's enough for the left side. Let's walk those hands, swing those hands back through the middle. Same deal, other side, slight bias to this right side here, guys. Nice deep belly breaths, opening up that left lower back. Good work, you guys. Breathe in nice and deep as you can. That head is still hanging. Well done, you guys. All right, after your next exhale, we can bring those hands back into the middle. Let's go ahead and grab those elbows here for a moment. We'll let the upper body get a little bit heavier. Remember, legs are still straight. Our hips are kind of being pushed back, so a little more weight in the heel than throughout the rest of the foot. Letting the arms hang and the head hang here. We're just releasing that lower back. Stretching out those hamstrings a little bit more. All right, you guys. So now from here, what we can do, if you want to let go of the elbows, you can bend the knees a little bit, and then we can slowly roll ourselves all the way up, squeezing the glutes to bring the hips under you, then bringing the whole upper body up one vertebra at a time. All right, you guys. So that is all the time I have left for this stretch break here this morning. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. As far as Exos stuff goes, Exos at Autodesk is the best thing to search when you guys are in Autodesk One. That will bring you to our SharePoint site. At noon today, we have boot camp with Renee. At 12:30, Hatha Yoga with Renee again. That is her first Hatha Yoga class on the regular schedule. So definitely going to be special there. A 2:30 stretch break with yours truly again, and then abs and core at 4:30 p.m. All those times are in Pacific. And also one more thing, blood drive. Blood drive is super important here, guys. Coming up in the month of June, make sure to sign up, get your spots. They are going pretty quick. Giving blood transforms lives. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day. See you guys later.